this chart has been breaking out to the upside and right now finding support on the former resistance and bouncing back up. Guys, this is one of the predictions that we've made. This chart is of course the Bitcoin dominance, and once this metric is going up, it basically means that altcoins are bleeding against Bitcoin, and that is also exactly what we are seeing. As long as this metric is going up, altcoins are basically going down, and we just basically had a decisive breakout and retest of this structure, which also means that it might take some time for altcoins to really catch up. But is that really the case? That is the thing that I'm going to discuss in today's video, guys. We are going to have a look at the Bitcoin dominance. We are going to have a look at the signals over on whaleportal.com. And we are also going to have a look at the Bitcoin price action in the shorter term time frame, in the shorter price structure that we are basically seeing. So guys, let's jump straight into it. But before we are zooming in on any chart, of course it is from tremendous importance that you scroll below this video and that you smash up that like button, guys. It is very, very much appreciated. I want to share one comment I got on yesterday's video. That was from Lucas Studeny, and he says, subscribing to your channel and WhaleAlerts have changed my life and people that I have recommended to already. Thank you. And I want to thank you, Lucas. Thank you for being so kind and taking the time for writing this comment. And this is also my intention that I want to achieve with this channel and Whale Portal and WhaleAlerts is I really want to help traders understanding the markets better, improving themselves, becoming better traders, becoming more profitable in a way that not really others are teaching, right? The way that we are looking at the markets is not really something that any general YouTube out there is doing. So I know it will cost a lot more effort. So when you're watching this channel, it definitely cost you more effort than watching regular TA channels or other YouTube channels, because we are just looking at different things, right? We are mainly looking at time and we are looking at derivatives exchange data, which is you will need to invest time to truly understand that. But this is also our edge, and you really have to understand that every trader needs to have an edge. If you don't have an edge, you're not going to be profitable. So you need to have an edge. Some people have an edge in something they found, whatever. We have it with time and derivatives exchange data. That is our edge. We have been super accurate with predicting the Bitcoin price action already in this rally, right? So yes, thank you, Lucas. Also, for every single one of you who is interested in joining WhaleAlerts, that is the Telegram channel, you can do so with joining one of these exchanges down below this video. Guys, let's jump into the Bitcoin dominance chart right here. And this is a prediction we've already made. We are seeing right here that we have a W formation, which kind of is a reversal pattern, right? Something similar as we have seen right here. And here we can also see after we broke that W, we actually had quite a push in the Bitcoin dominance. Are we going to get the same thing again? Well, that is something we can have a talk about right now. I think that is a very important topic we need to discuss because there are some things we need to take into consideration when checking what's going on with the Bitcoin dominance, right? When the Bitcoin dominance would go up extremely, it means that the liquidity in the crypto markets is concentrated in Bitcoin, right? And that can either mean two things. Or Bitcoin goes on a massive rally, all the liquidity goes to Bitcoin, nobody wants to miss out on that rally, that's why the Bitcoin dominance is going up, or Bitcoin is going extremely down. Well, I think, of course, the first scenario is more likely. Bitcoin is going to go up. Then we have a second reason we have to think about, and that is the amount of projects in the markets, right? If you have a ton load of projects in the markets, like hundreds, thousands of projects, which we didn't have back then, it was more focused on Bitcoin, then the market is more saturated, liquidity will flow more to these projects, which means that the dominance of Bitcoin will not become that high. And I think this is a very important question, because this in my opinion, might be the last bull market, and Bitcoin might prove himself if we have a look at BRC20 tokens and all that stuff, that we might, or that a lot of altcoins might become obsolete, right? And I'm really curious, guys, what you think about this. So let me know in the comment section. Do you think that Bitcoin will be the main star of the next bull market, or are we also going to see liquidity heavily flowing into altcoins after Bitcoin have seen its rally? I think generally investors' behavior just works like that. Once Bitcoin made its rally and it start going sideways, I just think a lot of people are letting that liquidity flow back into altcoins, and then the Bitcoin dominance goes back down, and then you really want to be positioned in altcoins. So I'm still bullish on altcoins, but it is only at certain periods. And what's interesting, guys, is that we have here a period in April where we go up and then have a small correction right here in June, and then after June go up again. But something similar we have seen right here as well. In April we go up, small correction beginning of June. Right now we are going up again. So we might are somewhere right here in the cycle if we have a look at this. And yeah, maybe after August, September, later this year, when Bitcoin formed that low, when Bitcoin made that new rally, we might see Bitcoin going to some form of a resistance, maybe here, some Fibonacci level or something, and then we can see a correction and liquidity goes to altcoins. That would definitely make sense. Do take in mind, guys, that if the Bitcoin dominance goes up right here, doesn't mean that altcoins cannot go up too. If Bitcoin goes up in US dollar value, then altcoins most likely go up in US dollar value. But the most important thing you gotta ask yourself is the altcoin that I'm investing in also outperforming Bitcoin? Right? Because if it is not outperforming Bitcoin, why should you hold an altcoin? Right? An altcoin carries a higher risk than Bitcoin, and it doesn't make any sense to hold an altcoin with a higher risk if Bitcoin already is making enough return on investment gains, right? So that's something to watch, guys. I think this structure so far is bullish. So we just have a breakout from the W formation. I think we can continue this uptrend. Of course, an uptrend always comes along with corrections, and we can see on the momentum indicators already that we're actually quite high. We're already quite high if you look at the relative strength index and the MACD. So yeah, sooner or later this will also correct. If we were to come down and lose this support, again, that would be extremely bullish for altcoins. Definitely. Then, guys, let's have a look at the Bitcoin price. And as you can see right here, we are still trading in this falling wedge formation. Basically, we just touched the support again yesterday, and so far we got a bounce from it. We also got a high reading on the premium index, so it looks to me like that Bitcoin might want to bounce right here in the short-term time frame. Also, we had a fun signal yesterday where the funding rate actually came quite low while touching that support right here, and combined with the premium index signal showing us a potential reversal. So guys, when we are coming to that support, and you can see that the average funding fee is really low, and it's really important that you compare it to the previous bars, right? If we the whole time already low, it is a little bit different, but right here we can see that once we are coming down, the funding rate really came down too. And that in combination with touching support, lower funding rates, and hitting a high on the premium index, which we can see also on whaleportal.com if we scroll down. And we go to the 1 hour on the premium index right here. And then we check what was the time frame? This was a high reading. This was of the 10th of June, 7 o'clock in the morning. That was one. Let's have a look how that looked. 10th of June, 7 o'clock in the morning. We can go to the 15-minute chart. Yeah, so that is quite beautiful, guys. That was exactly around here. So imagine, like, that is how accurate it actually goes on the minute. Bitcoin price is coming down. You get a high reading on the premium index. Quite a high reading, as you can see on the hourly. We went up to 0.4 roughly, 0.49. So that is quite interesting. And we had this funding rates coming down and touching the support. So this looks to me that Bitcoin might want to remain in this falling wedge formation without breaking that support like we have discussed about before. And how would that look? Well, let's go back to the 4-hour time frame, guys. That could just look something as follows. So guys, how could that look? Well, actually, we still follow the initial plan right here. I would expect Bitcoin to remain in this falling wedge formation, not yet breaking out unless we are seeing those signals over on WhalePortal.com, and when we are losing that support, then yeah, we can definitely see that dip that we have been talking about, and then most likely I think we can break back into this wedge and get a very bullish run. But there needs to be some sort of reset, and that's where we actually are waiting for right now, and that is a reset in time or a reset in price, and can also be both. And a reset in time would look like this, where we just, during that green box, just consolidate sideways, selling pressure is going down. We are forming a new low, very conservative right here, or very peacefully. But you know Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin most of the time also wants to capitulate in price. So that's why I think when I just look at the structure, and I think like, okay, how can we see a capitulation event with this structure but still remain kind of bullish? Well, then we come to this pattern that I'm talking about quite often, which Bitcoin has shown a lot of times, that is actually something like this. We have a falling wedge right here. Then we break the support. We see a massive dump. Everyone gets bearish. We just go sideways and we break back into this channel. And once we break back, one of the signals is that we almost directly break the resistance again. So I would say something like this in a different time frame. So maybe we can like come down, move sideways, break back into this channel. That is a possibility. That's definitely one of the structures that I would watch in Bitcoin next to a regular falling wedge formation. So guys, that was it basically for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, smash up that like button. That is very much appreciated. If you, just like Lucas, want to flip your mindset, want to become a better trader, make sure to join WhaleAlerts, guys. You can join with any of the exchanges down below this video. You have to sign up on one of these platforms, meet the deposit requirements, and when you then go to WhalePortal.com, you scroll up, you have here the section WhaleAlerts. You click on WhaleAlerts, and there you can submit your user ID. Email address and Telegram handle. Make sure with your Telegram handle that your Telegram settings are also that you are allowed, that your account is being added to Telegram channels, because sometimes that's not the case. Normally I will contact you if it doesn't work, if I cannot add you to the Telegram channel. Also guys, we have been publishing a new blog article over on WhalePortal.com, and that is analyzing the link between crypto fear and greed index and Bitcoin return. And this might be interesting for you. It's a very short article, but this article talks a bit about the sentiment and about basically about the metric, the crypto fear and greed index, and the relationship of this with the Bitcoin price. Guys, if you're interested in that, make sure to check out Whale Portal. And I wish every single one of you a beautiful Sunday. And I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.